Oh my God. How many times have you just driven by a nice looking store or restaurant and just kind of wondered about it, but never really stopped by? I mean, that's the problem. If you're local to something really good, it actually increases the chance that you're not going to stop there, as opposed to some place that's out of town or even in a totally remote place. Joey Star here for Star Quality Kitchen. Today, I'll be trying out food from the Curry Pot in Danbury, Connecticut. I drive by this place minimum once a week, always look and say, hey, you know, that looks pretty cool. It looks like they might have some good, authentic Indian food. And one day I'm gonna have to stop there. Well, that one day is today, and I'm already excited. This is both an Indian grocery store and a takeout kitchen. As of the time that I'm filming this, they have a 4.6 out of 5 stars on Yelp. That's a seriously good rating for a place like this. I ordered some really good stuff for this review, but because it's a takeout place, not a sit-down restaurant, I'm gonna go ahead, bring it home, and let you know exactly what I got and how good it is. I got a great feeling about this one. Let me tell you, that was the longest ride home because the aroma that filled my car the entire ride was absolutely captivating. But now I'm ready to break out this food, and if the taste is even half as good as the aroma, this is gonna be amazing. And at the end of this video, I also wanna talk to you about India and the one thing that most Americans get wrong about this beautiful culture. So for starters, it'd be a crime to go to some place that's cooking authentic Indian food and not picking up some lovely garlic naan. The aroma of that alone is maddening. Now I picked up some chicken 65, which we'll talk about in a minute, and the star feature of this meal, Goat Biryani. Yes, that's right, goat. My gosh, I am so damn hungry. I don't even know what to do with myself, except to eat and speak. So this right here is what you call chicken 65. It's pretty much a deep fried chunks of chicken with spices and a beautiful sauce, traditionally served as an appetizer, which is why I have this small amount, but you could use it as a meal. I also got a cup of Raita, classic yogurt-based dipping sauce, good for cooling down some of the heat from eating your chicken 65. And truth be told, it'll also help you along your biryani experience here. All right, so I've portioned out some of this chicken 65. It's got this beautiful red, flamey color. The aroma, again, captivating. I can smell the spices. I can smell that chicken. It's just so penetrating through your nostrils. Sink my fork into one nice solid piece here. And take a little nibble here. The sauce, it's pasty-like, and in addition to being a bit spicy, it's also a bit sweet, which is something you're gonna find often with Indian dishes, particularly with appetizers. Most of their sauces have that combination of sweet and heat. Now the heat on this one is actually kind of mild. I almost feel like there's more heat in the aroma than there is in the flavor, and that's okay. You got your sweetness, you got a bit of savoriness, a little bit crunchy on the outside. Inside is tender, it tastes like chicken breast meat, filling in all the right ways. I can take another bite here. So I'm gonna take this bigger chunk. Now I am feeling a little bit of a heat buildup, but again, still pretty mild, all right? I'm gonna go ahead and dip this into the Raita. Get a nice, just dip it in there, just go all in. The sweetness from Raita, coupled with that fresca type of flavor from the cucumber and carrot that's in here. And then natural creaminess from there. It's a really good quality yogurt they're using here too. Let me take one more. This is so good, I can't stop myself. Something to bear in mind too about the Raita is that, I'll give you a small demonstration here. It's a very loose liquid. Just show you, just kind of like bloop, okay? So you want to keep that in mind because when you're eating, it's very easy to treat it like a thicker dip if you're used to American dips. So it's really easy to spill on your shirt. So the chicken 65, in addition to satisfying your taste buds, to awakening you to the sweet and savory flavors. And just waking up your senses with the heat. It also does an amazing job of opening up your appetite. I'm going to go ahead and take some of this garlic naan just to kind of offset stuff before I move on here. Look at this beauty. Look at those chunks of garlic and herb. And you can smell the butter on there. It's got a nice crispiness to the crust. And yet on the upper layer, it's got a bit of that tenderness too. And when you bite into one of the air bubbles, there just seems to be a hidden flavor in there that I can only describe as garlic airiness. So good. You can probably give me a stack of naan to eat. It'd be a great meal. And in a pro move, I'm gonna tear off a piece of the naan, put a piece of the chicken 65 in there, kind of wrap it like that, take a bite. What a nice compliment that the buttery garlicky goodness of the naan gives to the chicken 65. So good. Which leads us to, all right, that tastes really good like that. How does it taste dipped in the Raita? Oh my gosh. We already found out a moment ago that the chicken 65 combined with the Raita, it's an amazing combination. You combine that, wrapping that with your garlic naan, oh my gosh. So good. You can make a meal out of that alone. And I'm beginning to see now that while this cup was generously filled, I don't think it's going to be enough because I got a lot of good food here. So perhaps going forward, extra Raita needs to be part of the order. Finally, I have my Goat Biryani. Now, between you and me, I've never, not once, had goat before. It is on my food bucket list. You're witnessing me scratching that off my list. But let's take a look at this fabulous dish. You got your nice fluffy rice. You got your chunks of goat meat, got some herbs, got some spices, and you have heat there. So I'm gonna start first with a bit of the basmati rice, because that is something I've had before many times. Nice, fluffy, amazing aroma, a bit sweet, a bit spicy. Individual grains, very easy to determine. This was very well made. Nice curry flavor, nice fragrant taste, good chew to it, very fluffy. It's like barely dense at all. If you're feeling kind of lazy, you don't want to chew too hard, basmati rice is going to be terrific the way it's made here. And the spice level, I can tell you right now, I am starting to burn. And it is so fabulous. I mean, I can't think of a better way to burn this. And it looks like I got a piece of cashew in here. I'm gonna try that with some of the rice too. So good. Let's get a little bit more with the, I see some red pepper in there. Some of the spices. Ooh, that is hot. One of the things I love about Indian food, particularly anything with a good curry in it, is that the heat doesn't slam you up against a wall the moment you take your first bite. It builds up and it builds. While it is a slow burn, it is a thorough burn. And I'm just, yeah, I mean, I can feel it. A bit numbing too, which I always appreciate. Please bear witness as Joey Starr, the content creator behind Star Quality Kitchen, as if that matters, tries goat for the very first time. Oh my gosh. So that piece had a bit of bone in there, a bit of cartilage, so it's obviously close to a joint. So tasty. Meat is very tender. Despite popular belief, at least the way they made it here, it really has like zero gaminess to it. If I had to compare it to other meats, think of the most tender and a little bit fatty beef you ever had, but make it a little less strong on the beefiness. It's somewhere in between a beef cow and a good veal. Really appreciate the fattiness in there. It brought so much flavor. And if I take a bit of the rice with a little chunk of goat in there, let's see what that tastes like. Very nice compliment. Something about the protein-based meat and the savoriness that it embodies, combined with the fragrance and the heat behind this rice, it's just kind of hitting all your senses at once. And like any good heated food, the priority here is flavor. They're not trying to kill me with heat. They're just awakening all of my senses. They're adding a nice counterbalance to a bit of the fattiness of the goat, and yet respecting the other flavors. This is like a beautiful musical melody performed by the most renowned orchestra you can imagine, where every bit of that orchestra has a smooth, disciplined musician behind it, so that when you add up all those nice quality pieces together, it creates this whole that's just absolutely mesmerizing. I can't believe how good this is. And of course, if your challenge for heat isn't quite at my level or above, you can always take a little bit of your Raita, just kind of pour it into my bowl here, mix a bit of this rice in here, because let's see what it tastes like, right? Oh my God. And some of my friends, they make this face when they learn that certain foods, particularly Indian foods, use yogurt as a base for sauces. They don't understand. First of all, this isn't Chobani or Dannon. It's not Greek yogurt. It's a different type. It has its own kind of flavor profile that includes tones from cucumber and other vegetables to give it a unique taste that not only goes well with the spicy biryani, but it helps to add a depth to all the flavor and cuts down on the heat a little bit so you can breathe and get ready for the next round. Take some more here. My God, this is so damn good. So that chunk of the goat right there had a bit of skin on there. My God, talk about melt in your mouth. All the best flavors, how they made this goat, captured into that skin and the surrounding tissue. No matter how I describe this, you cannot fathom the tapestry of flavors that I am consuming on this day. One thing you do have to watch when eating these chunks of goat is that it does have bones in it, and some pieces you're gonna grab have little to no bone, and other pieces, chunks you get, are gonna have more bone to it. And because of the nature of how it's cooked and how it looks, you can't always confirm that visually. Like this one has a lot of bone on it. Be careful, don't just, chomp down on it, unless you like, chomping into a bone, which I don't. So in a final pro move, I'm gonna separate a bit of goat meat away from its bone. Kind of put that together here. Make sure there's no bone in it. So then I'm gonna take some of the naan, just kind of put that goat meat right into there. Let me grab a little bit of the rice too. Just a taste of the Raita. Whoops, maybe a little more than a taste. And I'm gonna take this beautiful thing, take a bite. So aside from the fact that I missed 2 small bones when I was deboning that chunk of goat, this is really delicious. I'll tell you right now, if you never had goat before, but you're curious, you want to try something different, don't let the idea that this is a different animal than you're used to get your goat. Because if you have an open mind and open taste buds, I think you would be well rewarded. My gosh, I can just sit here and keep eating this, but we have other things to discuss. So now I want to talk to you a second about the one thing that seemingly everybody gets wrong about India. So unfortunately, for many people, if you mention India or mention that somebody is from India, one of the first things that pops into their head is that that person or that country is from the Middle East. And that is absolutely not true. India is not a Middle Eastern country. India is part of South Asia. Therefore, it is an Asian country. It's a distinctly different region, different politics, just different. So if you are addressing or speaking about somebody from India or a relative of somebody from India, and you refer to them as Middle Eastern, you're actually committing an act of microaggression. So please bear that in mind. India is an Asian country and therefore not Middle Eastern. So that's my review. The Curry Pot in Danbury, Connecticut. Beautiful store. You walk in, anything that you can think of related to India in terms of food, in terms of like candy, maybe some on the shelf items, ingredients, specialized snacks, specialized frozen foods and pastas. You're gonna find it there. You're gonna pay a little bit more for that authenticity, but you're also gonna find new and different and amazing items that you can only find in such a store unless you have an online source, but you're missing out on the experience. I walked into this place and it was like, I was like a kid in a candy store. I was like, oh my God, look at this store. The people were so friendly. I put in my order for the food. I felt so welcome and just felt this like warmth about it. Like this is a family run store and it's beautiful in every sense of the word. And without even thinking about it, you know, if you blink, you'll drop 60, 70 bucks in there. Not because they're out to get you, but there's just an abundance of interesting and exciting products there that you're just like, you go down one aisle and you're just like, I'll take this and this and this and this. And next thing you know, I spent a couple of bucks in there. We'll just leave it at that. So how about you? Have you been to the Curry Pot? What do you think about Indian food? The authentic stuff, not just the stuff you get off the shelf frozen at Walmart that's just like Indian food. I mean the actual real deal. Homemade stuff like this. Have you tried it? Do you like it? What's your favorite dish? What's your favorite place outside of India to get such delicacies? Let me know what you think, and let me know if there's another type of authentic food, even a specific dish, if you will, that you want me to seek out and review. Drop that into the comments below because this is also your channel. Thanks so much for watching Star Quality Kitchen. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and stalk. Laters. Not only is this delicious homemade Indian food, but at the places I've tried around here, it's the goat. Not just that I'm eating goat, but it's also the goat. That's nothing to gawk at. That's nothing to stick. That's nothing to shake a stick. I can't speak. That's nothing to shake a stick at, folks. No.